Okay, so now we are done with two important aspects of data. One is collection of data and second is representation of data. हम स्टैटिस्टिक्स से जुड़े दो इंपॉर्टेंट चीजों को कवर कर चुके हैं. डेटा किस तरीके से कलेक्ट किया जाता है और डेटा किस तरह से रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है. वंस अगेन जो भी कलेक्शन और रिप्रेजेंटेशन के तरीके हमने अभी पढ़े हैं, इट इज नॉट दैट दे आर द हार्डकोर मेजर्स कि इन्हीं तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे. आप अपने तरह से कोई भी और मेजर यूज कर सकते हैं, वॉट एवर इज मोर कन्वीनियंट टू यू, मे बी पिक्टोरिकली, टेक्सचुअली, sometimes in forms of symbols, whatever is most convenient that can be used for representation of data. Now, the third important aspect is analysis and interpretation of data. जो डेटा हमने कलेक्ट किया हमने उसे रिप्रेजेंट भी कर दिया, लेकिन इस डेटा से हम समझे क्या, कलेक्ट करने से क्या हुआ, वी हैवंट गॉट एनीथिंग टिल नाउ. रिप्रेजेंट करने से भी अभी तक हमें कुछ इनपुट नहीं मिला है, हमने तो सिर्फ मेहनत ही लगाई है, डेटा कलेक्ट किया, उसे रिप्रेजेंट किया. बट नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज कि उससे हमें इंटरप्रिटेशंस ड्रॉ करने हैं, हमें उसको समझना है और फिर उससे इन्फरेंस ड्रॉ करने हैं. जैसे कि लास्ट एग्जांपल में मैंने जब कहा कि क्लास 9th है और 9th भी है, तो मेरा इन्फरेंस होता कि कौन सी क्लास बेटर परफॉर्म कर रही है. या अगर क्लास 9th में ए में मैंने कुछ इनपुट्स दिए है, 9th बी में कुछ अलग तरह के इनपुट्स दिए हैं, तो मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कि किस इनपुट से किस तरह का रिजल्ट मिलता है. तो दैट इज द इन्फरेंस दैट यू ड्रॉ आउट ऑफ द डेटा. Right now what we have to understood is this major part कि डेटा से समझा कैसे जाए. बहुत बड़ा डेटा हो तो उससे एक इन्फरेंस कैसे निकाला जाए. इन फैक्ट अगर आप सभी ने बिग डेटा के बारे में सुना हो, बिग डेटा, हडूप, सो दिस इज द फ्यूचर एक्चुअली. दैट इज व्हाट वी से दैट बिग डेटा इज द फ्यूचर. मतलब डेटा से निकाला गया इन्फरेंस. दी बिग डेटा इज व्हाट, वी हैव बिग मासेस एंड चंक्स ऑफ डेटा. आई मीन व्हाट वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इज जस्ट लाइक 4 to 5 numbers of contents that we have discussed. हमने 4-5 क्लास इंटरवल्स लिए, बट इन रियलिटी आई मीन फॉर एग्जांपल जस्ट वी कंसिडर अबाउट पॉपुलेशन कंसेंसस. हम अगर पॉपुलेशन कंसेंसस के बारे में देखें तो इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन राइट नाउ इन मिलियंस इन ट्रिलियंस. सो इन दैट केस हाउ डू यू ड्रॉ इन्फरेंसेस. दैट इज व्हाट बिग डेटा एंड हडूप इज ऑल अबाउट, कि हम बड़े इतने सारे डेटा को एक साथ किस तरीके से एनालाइज करके उसका इन्फरेंस करें. And a very miniature form of it is what we are going to study right now in terms of measures of central tendency. Okay, of central tendency. And the three measures that we will be studying here are first mean, second is median and the third one is mode. एक एक करके मैं समझाऊंगी कि तीनों क्या होते हैं, बट फर्स्ट वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट इज अवर एम राइट नाउ. सी, वी हैव गॉट लॉट्स ऑफ डेटा. फॉर एग्जांपल रॉ डेटा की ही बात करें, दैट वी वर टेलिंग अबाउट मार्क्स ब्लड ग्रुप ऑफ 50 स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, सो दैट वाज अ बिग डेटा. हमने उसे रिप्रेजेंट कर दिया, सब कुछ कर दिया, बट द क्वेश्चन इज इट ऑलवेज इंपॉर्टेंट कि हम हर एक डेटा को स्टडी करें, हर एक डेटा को रिप्रेजेंट करें. क्या ऐसा कोई तरीका है जिससे हम इस डेटा का एक क्रक्स ड्रॉ कर ले और उस क्रक्स की बेसिस पे हम उसको इन्फर करें? इज इट पॉसिबल? फॉर एग्जाम्पल द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ब्लड ग्रुप्स. ओके, लेट अस से वी हैड अ ब्लड ग्रुप ऑफ 1 विलेज, then a blood group report of 2nd village, 3rd village, 4th village, 5th village and so on. So this way we have let us say 1000 villages. अब हमारे पास 1000 villages की blood groups की reports हैं, and each village we almost surveyed let us say 500 students. So we have 500 people in each village and 1000 such villages. So we have 500,000 data. So is it important कि हम हर उस डेटा को करें, या फिर हम कुछ ऐसा करें कि हर विलेज के डेटा का एक क्रक्स ले लें, इस विलेज के डेटा का एक क्रक्स ले लें, इस विलेज के डेटा का एक क्रक्स ले लें. सो नाउ वी हैव टू जस्ट एनालाइज इस 500 डेटा. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर. द क्वेश्चन इज राइट नाउ, द क्वेश्चन is it important to study all data or we can draw a representative of data and study it? So what we are trying to get is a representative measure of data. And once important, it is a very important decision when I say representative measure of data. एक इतने बड़े डेटा का अगर मैं एक छोटे से फॉर्म में क्रक्स निकालना चाहूँ, So it is very important that it has to be accurate, very correct, and that is the question कि इस representative measure को किस तरह से draw किया जाए. Okay, we'll see जब हम mean पढ़ेंगे, median पढ़ेंगे, mode पढ़ेंगे, हर measure किसी केस में तो it is going to give a accurate result, proper result, but in some cases it is not going to give a result, I mean even close to the proper result. So that is very important. When you say a representative measure of data, it is a very difficult thing. That is what the complete big data is all about. Study of giant data कि उसको हम छोटे miniature form में कैसे represent करें. Okay. Now let us take an example. Let us say we are measuring the test scores of two students. Let us say one student is Mary and the second student is Henry. Okay. Now these two kids gave 5 tests. Okay. Test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4 and test 5. Okay. So these are two very competitive students, Mary and Henry, and they had a bet in them ki who is the most talented one or who has more brains, something of that sort. In order to get the results, in order to see who performs better, both of them gave 5 tests. Okay, I wrote down taking the scores of Mary and Henry. So Mary got 8, 9, 8, 7 and 8 marks. Okay, and this guy got 4, 5 and 10, 10 and 10 marks. So these are the scores of Mary and Henry. Okay. Now what they did was they found out the average of their scores. Okay. So let us calculate the average of Mary's score. Henry's, I can clearly see it would be 30, 39 divided by 5. The normal average that we compute. Okay. And for Mary it is going to be 824 plus 16, which is going to be 40 divided by 5. Perfect. Let us say this score over here is, or let it be 8 only. Okay. So for Mary it is 40 divided by 5 and for Henry it is 39 divided by 5. So this is going to be 8 and this is going to be 7.8. Okay. So the average for Mary came out to be 8 and for average for Henry came out to be 7.8. So right now what we have done is, this was the scores that Mary and Henry got in a test, and now the question is we have to come based upon these scores, we have to calculate who is the most superior among them. Either Mary is more superior or Henry is more superior, because this was a bet among these two. Alright, that is the reason they gave this test. Now I am writing 3 arguments over here and you have to tell me ki which one is correct. Okay. So first argument was given by Mary. Let us say argument 1. Mary says I am more superior than Henry because of the fact that Mary's average score is greater than Henry's average score. So Mary, I can write Mary's average score is greater than Henry's average score. Okay. So this is the argument that Mary has given. She is telling I am more superior because my average score is greater than Henry's average score. So this says Mary is superior. The second argument was given by Henry to counterpart Mary's argument. जब Mary का argument Henry ने सुना तो उसने कहा मेरा भी argument तो सुनो. So he gave this argument. What Henry did was he arranged his and Mary's score in ascending and descending order. ठीक है. So let us say this is Mary's score and this is Henry's score. उसने हम दोनों के स्कोर को असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज किया. सो इट इज गोइंग टू बी 7, 8, 8, 8 and 9. Okay, and for Henry it is going to be 4, 5, 10, 10 and 10. Now Henry said that Mary's middle score is 8 and his middle score is 10. Okay, so he says Henry's middle score is greater than Mary's middle score. You see, what was the argument given by Mary? Mary ने कहा था कि मेरा एवरेज स्कोर हेनरी से ज्यादा है, इसलिए आई एम सुपीरियर. बट नाउ हेनरी सेज माय मिडिल स्कोर इज greater than Mary's middle score, which means I am more superior. And there was one more argument which was again given by Henry. In order to support his second argument, he said Henry scored more number of tens than Mary. Very clearly Henry has scored 3 tens, but Mary has scored none. So he said I have scored more number of tens as compared to Mary. In fact, he has scored 3 tens, but Mary has scored none. So considering this fact, he says I am more superior. Now the question for you is to calculate which is superior. Should we consider first argument, should we consider second argument, or should we consider third argument? How should we say that these three are superior? So actually this question is not important, but the important are the 3 arguments which these 2 kids gave. So in first case, Mary had made the use of mean. Mary ने इनके स्कोर का mean निकाला. The measure that she used was mean. Based upon the mean, she said that I am more superior. In the second case, what Henry did was he figured out the median. उसने मीडियन निकाला. The score that divides the 2 scores into equally halves. उसने मीडियन निकाला. And he said since my median is more than Mary's median, so I should be more superior. And in the third case, the argument that Henry used was a mode. The most frequently appearing value. For him it was 10 and for her it was 8. So he said that since I have scored more number of tens, so I should be the most superior one. So please consider these 3 arguments. पहले केस में हमने रिजल्ट मीन के बेसिस पे निकालने की कोशिश की, दूसरे केसेस पे हमने मीडियन के बेस पे, और थर्ड केस में हमने मोड के बेसिस पे. एंड वेरी ऑब्वियसली द रिजल्ट्स आर वेरिंग बेस्ड अपॉन द मेजर दैट यू हैव यूज्ड. अगर हम मीन को बेसिस माने तो हम कहेंगे कि मैरी सुपीरियर है, अगर हम मीडियन को बेस माने तो हम कहेंगे हेनरी सुपीरियर है, हम मोड को बेस माने तो भी हम कहेंगे हेनरी सुपीरियर है. सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन व्हाट मेजर यू टेक, योर रिजल्ट माइट वेरी. सो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू सिलेक्ट अ प्रॉपर मेजर depending upon the data that is there, and then you try to derive the inference or the result. So I think everyone has now got an idea what is a mean, what is a median, and what is a mode. So now let us formally understand these 3 measures of central tendency, that is mean, median and mode. Can I erase this? I am still not erasing this data over here because we are going to use it. I am just erasing this side of the board for now. Okay, so let us study the first measure of central tendency, that is mean. So mean of an observation is equals to sum of all the observation divided by total number of observation. So I call it sum of all the observations divided by total number of observation. And how do we denote a mean? We usually denote a mean by x bar. So I get is sum of all the observations divided by total number of observations. So which means if there are n observations, x1, x2, x3 till xn, so this is going to be summation xi, I varying from 1 to n divided by n. This is for ungrouped distribution of data. This is just for non-frequency distribution of data, and there is a frequency distribution of data. I'll call it summation fi into xi, again I varying from 1 to n divided by summation fi. So this is the non-frequency distribution data, that is summation xi divided by n, and if it is a frequency distribution of data, then it is sum fi into xi divided by n. Perfect. So let us take an example very quickly. Let us say, let us say the same example of blood groups. So let us say A blood group is possessed by 4 students, B by 5, C by, let us say 6, and D by, okay, let us not take this example because यहाँ पे mean का significance नहीं रहेगा. So let us say in an examination conducted, 5 marks, okay, 5 marks were scored by 4 students, 6 marks were scored by 5 students, 8 marks were scored by 6 students, and let us say 10 marks were scored by 3 students. So we have to find the average marks scored in the examination. So it is fi into xi, okay. Marks is nothing but our xi. So this is 5 into 4, 20, plus 6 5s are 30, plus 8 6 are 48, plus 30 divided by summation fi, which is 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 3. So this is the x bar, that is the average here. So इस formula को किस तरीके से calculate करते हैं, सबको समझ में आ गया? So this is how we denote a mean. Now the next measure that you have to study is a median. So I think I'll be erasing this for now. हम इसे वापस से एक बार लिख देंगे. So the next measure that we have to study is a median. Median is the value of an observation which divides it into two exact halves when arranged in ascending or descending order. So what is a median? A median is that value of an observation which divides it into exactly two halves when the observation is either arranged in ascending or descending order. जब हम एक ऑब्जर्वेशन को असेंडिंग या डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करते हैं तो वो वैल्यू जो सबसे ज्यादा बीच में आती है उसे हम कहते हैं मीडियन. नाउ इफ n which is odd, so if number of observation, let me say if n which is equals to number of observation is odd, okay, so median is n plus 1 by tooth value, okay, and if n is even, so median is, ठीक है, देखिए अगर n odd है सो मीडियन इज व्हाट, n+1 बाय टूथ वैल्यू। लेकिन अगर मीडियन इवन है तो सोचिए क्या केस होगा, लेट अस से मीडियन इज 4। सो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द मीडियन नाउ, ये दोनों वैल्यूज बीच में आती है तो हमें इनका एवरेज लेना पड़ेगा। सो इट इज मीन ऑफ n/2 और n/2+1 पे जो भी दो वैल्यूज आती हैं उनका मीन ले लीजिए, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी द मीडियन। सो वेरी क्लियरली व्हेन n इज ऑड, लेट अस से 5, and we have to arrange the data in either ascending or descending order. Let's just say we arrange in ascending order. Okay, so the data is arranged in ascending order. अब हमें इसका मीडियन निकालना है। So n is odd, so this is 5 plus 1/2, that is 3. So third value is the median. And when the data is arranged in ascending order, but the cases we have even number of observations. So let us take this case of 6 number of observations. Okay, so in this case we have 6 observations. So n/2, that is third, and n/2+1, that is fourth. इन दोनों का मीन लेंगे, so we'll get something of this sort. So this is the median of these two values. So I hope this is clear to everyone. मीडियन कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? Let us take a very easy example. Let us say we have a score. Okay, let us take the same example. We have a marks of 5 students in class. We have to find the median. So now in class 9th A there are 5 students and their scores are, I am already writing them in ascending order, 5, 6, 9, 15, 17. So what is the median? The middle value, which is 9. And in class 9th B, let us say we have 8 students and their scores are 4, 6, 11, 13, 15, 18 and 19. Okay, we have 6 values over here, and here the mean would be, the median would be the average of n/2 and n/2+1, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have written one value is, let us say 20. So which is the mean of 4th and 5th value. So we have 15 and 18. इन दोनों का जो mean होगा, that is going to be the median. So इनका mean है 15 plus 18 divided by 2, which I get as 30. 3 divided by 2, which is 16.5. So this is the median for class 9th B. सबको समझ में आया मीडियन कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? It is very easy, not a difficult one at all. Okay. And the third measure that we have to measure is a mode. Now what is a mode? The most occurring value or the value with the maximum frequency is a mode. So I'll write the most occurring value or the value with maximum frequency is a mode. ऐसी वैल्यू जो मैक्सिमम टाइम अकर होती है उसे मोड कहते हैं, जिसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी मैक्सिमम हो। सो इस केस में बताइए हमारा मोड क्या होगा? इस केस में अवर मोड इज गोइंग टू बी 8, because 8 marks is scored by maximum number of students. Similarly, in this case we do not have mode because all the values are distinct. So basically mode क्या है? ऐसी values जो maximum frequency के लोगों के पास हो उसे हम कहते हैं mode, or the most common value in a set of observation. For example, let us take this example. I am a shoemaking company, okay, and I want to see कि which size of shoes I should produce that it would be sold most. So what I'll do is मैं 100 students का 100 people का survey करूँगी and I'll try to figure out what size they wear. So for example, I have studied and I have got this observation: 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, 8, 7 and so on. So in this way I have 100 observations. Okay, and what I do is now I make a frequency distribution table of it, something of this form. Let us say the shoe sizes I have are 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and I figure out, let us say 25 people wear 7 size, 15, 35, 45, 5 and let us say 5, whatever is remaining. So the total is 100. Now in this case what I can see is 45 people wear 10 shoe size. So this is the most used shoe size. तो मुझे 10 साइज के शूज तो सबसे ज्यादा बनाना चाहिए. देन आई सी 9 इज द मोस्ट यूज साइज. तो फिर उसके बाद मुझे 9 साइज के शूज बनाना चाहिए. देन 7 एंड देन 8. So using this I can decide that which is the most preferred shoe size and which I should make. Similarly, if you think of garment industry, so what these people do, कैसे वो decide करते होंगे कि किस size के कपड़े सबसे ज़्यादा बनाने चाहिए. So they do a survey of the particular country and they figure out कि what is the average size of a person there. कौन सी size सबसे ज़्यादा पहनी जाती है, फिर वो उसी size के clothes सबसे ज़्यादा बनाते हैं. This is one among the practical examples of mode. कि मोड को हम कहाँ यूज करते हैं. यूजुअली इन सर्वेज व्हेन यू ट्राई टू फिगर आउट विच इज द मोस्ट प्रिफर्ड वैल्यू, विच इज द मोस्ट प्रिफर्ड which is the most preferred food type, or let us say which is the most preferred handwriting, or which is the most preferred language. This is what we do. We survey some number of people and we see कि उनमें से कौन सी चीज सबसे ज्यादा लोगों में prominent है. What is the greatest frequency of a particular quantity, and फिर हम उस mode को as the most preferred चीज मानते हैं. So I hope everyone is clear with these three. What is the mean, median, the middle value of the observation, mean, the average of the observation, and the most frequently used value in an observation. Now the question still remains the same कि हमें mean use करना चाहिए, हमें median use करना चाहिए या mode use करना चाहिए. When we are trying to judge two particular quantities which we should use. दो ऑब्जर्वेशन को जज करने में हमें किस फैक्टर यूज करें, मीन को, मीडियन को या मोड को. अभी भी हमारे क्वेश्चन अनसॉल्व्ड है. अभी भी वी हैव टू फिगर आउट व्हाट वी शुड यूज टू फिगर आउट हु इज मोर केपेबल, मैरी और हेनरी. सो you guys tell me how we should proceed out. Actually उसे समझने से पहले let us solve one more question. I'm just erasing this side of the blackboard. Okay, now let us consider an example. Let us say we have a factory of 5 employees. Okay, in which one is a supervisor and the remaining 4 are laborers. Okay, let us say workers. So we have a factory of 5 employees where we have just 1 supervisor and 4 workers. So the average pay or the pay of a worker is 5,000 per month, and the pay of a supervisor is 15,000 per month. Okay. So now let us compute mean, median and mode in this case. So let me represent this data this way. The factory has 5 employees. So let us say employee 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. अब इनकी पे बता दीजिए. Let us say we say supervisor is the employee 1. So he gets 15,000. Rest everyone gets 5,000. Okay. So what is the mean in this case? So in this case mean is 15,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,000. plus 5000 divided by 5. Sum of all the observations divided by total number of observations. This is equals to 35,000 divided by 5, which is 7,000. So mean is 7,000. Median. We have already arranged the values in descending order, and 5 is an odd number, so it is going to be 5 plus 1 divided by 2th observation, that is 3rd observation, which is 5,000. So the median in this case is 5,000. Or third is mode. The most frequently occurring value, and I can say 15,000 is appearing one time and 5,000 is appearing 4 times. So the mode in this case is 5,000. Okay. Now we have got mean, median and mode. Now the important thing which I want you to notice here is, here mean is 7,000, which says the average salary is 7,000, but you should see it is nowhere related to the real values. The original value of a supervisor is 15 and the rest are 5,000. Laborers को 5,000 मिल रही है और सुपरवाइजर को 15,000 मिल रही है, बट जो मीन मिला है वो 7,000. इट इज नोवेयर रिलेटेड टू बोथ द वैल्यूज. न ही वो कहीं 5,000 को रिजेंबल कर रहा है, न ही वो 15,000 को रिजेंबल कर रहा है. सो व्हाट आई सी इज इन दिस केस मीन डज नॉट गिव्स अस अ गुड मेजर ऑफ सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी, बिकॉज ये तो हमारी ओरिजिनल वैल्यूज से कहीं भी रिलेटेड है ही नहीं. नेक्स्ट मीडियन. मीडियन इज 5,000 एंड इज इंडीड रिलेटेड टू, बिकॉज एटलीस्ट हमारे लेबरर्स की तो सही वैल्यू को ये रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. एंड सिमिलर इज द केस विद मोड. सो नाउ यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि जो हमारा मीन है उसमें इतना वेरिएशन क्यों आया. मीन का वेरिएशन का इंपॉर्टेंट कारण ये था द वैल्यू 15,000. So there is a very big difference between 5,000 and 15,000. These are two extremum values. और इसी के कारण हमारे मीन की वैल्यू इफेक्ट हुई. This 15,000 has affected the value of our mean. So one thing we should note down is, अगर हमारे ऑब्जर्वेशन में कुछ एक्सट्रीम वैल्यूज हो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल let us say the score of students in a class, and the scores are one student has got 100 marks, one student has got 0 marks, and rest all the class has got 50 marks, or somewhere in the range of 55 to 60. Okay. So ideally हमारा मीन आना चाहिए था 50 to 60 के बीच में. Okay, but since there are two very extreme values over here, so these two extreme values are going to affect our mean a lot. And in fact अगर यहाँ पे 0 की जगह 99 एक और स्कोर होता तो ये दोनों हमारे मीन को काफी आगे ले जाते हैं. They would have got the mean somewhere in the range of 60 to 70 or 70 to 75 depending on the number of students. So these mean extreme values do affect our mean a lot. So I can write mean is affected by extreme values and owing to this reason I usually say mean is usually not a good measure of central tendency, क्योंकि ये एक्सट्रीम वैल्यूज के कारण काफी ज्यादा इफेक्ट हो जाता है. अगर एक्सट्रीम वैल्यूज ना हो, सारी ही वैल्यूज एक जैसी रेंज में हो, so mean is a very good measure, but usually since mean is usually affected by extreme values, so mean is not a good measure. Vis-a-vis median and mode are not, they are not, so median and mode are not affected by extreme values, and hence they are a better measure as compared to mean. But कभी कभी ऐसा भी हो सकता है, I mean median and mode are not even a good representative. So depending upon what the values is, what the nature of the observation is, we have to decide what we should use, mean, median or mode. For example हमारा हेनरी और मैरी वाला केस लीजिए, हेनरी and Mary. Okay, or let me write it this way, Mary and Henry. Okay, we had seen उनका मीडियन क्या था, मीन क्या था Henry's mean was 3.8 and Mary's mean was 4. फिर इनकी मीडियन बता दीजिए. I think for Mary it was 8 and Henry it was 10 और इनका मोड भी 8 और 10 था. Okay, so this is the mean, median and mode. But what I can see is depending on this data, I can really still not, I am not really confidently say ki who is a better performer, either Henry or Mary. We still have lots of unanswered questions. So with just the knowledge of central tendency, sometimes there would be case when we won't be able to determine कि हमारा exact answer या close to the next answer क्या होना चाहिए. So what we have studied in theory till now is all comes under statistics 1. So basically this is all the syllabus of 9th class. So अगर आप अपनी NCERT की book देखेंगे, कोई भी और reference book देखेंगे for statistics, so what we have studied is the statistics of 9th class and this is what we are encompassing as a statistics part 1. Now all the unanswered questions that are left over here, we will be discussing in the next part of statistics, which is statistics part 2, that is the statistics of 10th class, and all the unresolved question of statistics part 2 would be finally answered in statistics part 3, and that is why I am telling statistics is a progressive topic, and based upon the syllabus distribution हमने इसे part 1, 2 और 3 में divide कर दिया है. So I hope you are clear with the part 1 of it, collection of data, representation of data, and then the measure of central tendency in introduction to them, mean, median and mode. So I hope everyone is perfectly clear till this point. Now let us do one thing. Before starting our next part, let us do something, let us get solve some exercises, some small illustrations, so that we get a friendly experience with how to with mean, median and mode, and with the representations, how to represent, how to calculate, and then we will be switching on to our next part of statistics, which is statistics part